What was going on in your life when you first met Master Wahl?
I was being disobedient at home, disrespecting my parents, and things like that. So eventually my father got tired of, me being disrespectful in his home, sent me away or whatever. And
Were you getting into more serious trouble
Yes,
too?
I started getting into trouble, like robbery, assault, just being like fighting my parents and totally being disrespectful and not honoring my mother and my father. So I met Master Wahl when I was 14 years old, and she sent me to Vision Quest, the holding facility. Then from there, I was there till '05. Then '05, she sent me to Ganadell, and I had got FTA, meaning failure to adjust to their program. And she brought me home. Well, sent my parents out there to come get me. It was a 6-hour drive to come get me. And I came back, and she sent me home, and then I still was messing up. And then she sent me away to Pittsburgh, which was Abraxas, from '06 to '07 for a year. Then I ran away from there. Then they finally caught up with me. Then they sent me back, and I went in front of her again. And she sent me to South Mountain, PA, to Vision Quest, which was a boot camp.
I have been an attorney for 31 years, starting as a public defender. And what I do now is what I'm very passionate about. I'm a master in juvenile delinquency court. So what that means is that I sit in a courtroom as if I'm a judge. If you walked in the courtroom, it looks like I'm a judge. But I do all the cases after the trial. So my work is deciding who needs placement if the community isn't safe, who can be treated in the community, and then what does each child need to make sure that we get them on track, diplomas in hand, treatment behind them, crime-free, drug-free, and job-ready. I truly love this work. I love it. The reason for that is because very often I'm stopped on the street. Master Wahl, remember me back in 2008? If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have graduated. I have a job now. Just a month ago, a young man called me when he found out I was running for judge and said, Master Wahl, do you remember me? I'm Will Washington. You had my case in 2004. I'm 28 years old now. I'm a student at CCP, and I hear you're running for judge. What can I do to help? I'd like to volunteer. I owe you that much. So those are examples of why this is something that's so important to me, because I feel like juvenile court is such a great opportunity to get these kids straight online, in line, and that we can save all these kids from ending up on State Road in adult custody.
And how do you think you'll be able to do what you're doing now better as a judge as opposed to as a master?
As a judge, I would be able to keep the courtroom I have, the same exact room, same people in my courtroom. I would just be able to add the trials. So I'd be able to be involved exactly what I'm doing, but add the trials, meaning I could be involved at the first step instead of the second or third step.
And this would be a trial for what?
A juvenile, it would be any juvenile who has committed a crime. Right now, as I said, I'm involved after that because I'm not a judge. If I were a judge, I would be doing all of what I described plus the trials. So I'd be involved earlier and therefore have a greater impact.
And what are your options for a juvenile who has committed crime as far as staying in the home, foster care, placement, detention, treatment? What are your options?
We have so many options. From the least restrictive to the most restrictive, we might have advocates for the kids, structured schools, drug treatment, mental health treatment, in-home detention. We have evening reporting centers where we take the kids after school and they stay for the evening for programming. We can put a GPS monitor on their ankle. Then we can go from short weekend respites to placement to all sorts of long-term placements that specialize in whatever it is that the kids need, whether it be drug and alcohol therapy, mental health therapy, just more structure and discipline. So that, again, the goal regardless in all those scenarios is to make sure the kids come out stronger, making better decisions, and not on the road to be sitting in adult custody.
You sound like a social worker.
A lot of it in juvenile court is social work. It definitely overlaps with the law.
Now, if you get elected to common police court, you will be assigned to a division and not necessarily serve in family court? Is that
Yes,
right?
But in my case, I'm a fixture in family court already. Everyone knows Master Wahl. The supervising judges have already made overtures that everyone wants me to stay there, so I'm not really concerned. The other issue is that I already have a courtroom, so I'm not displacing anyone. I would just stay where I am, just increasing my responsibilities.
And what were you saying about today? You saw someone that was I'm
here campaigning, and there's another young man doing some campaign work for a city council candidate, and he just reminded me, hey, Master Wahl, you just discharged me off probation. So like I said, it happens all the time. The kids see me out in their lives, usually doing quite well, and remind me of that, and we share a very emotional moment.
That's Betsy Wahl.
I ran into Devontae this morning. He's working for a city council candidate, and he reminded me that he was recently in my courtroom, successfully discharged off of juvenile probation.
And you're out here today.
Yes, promoting Isaiah Thomas, a good educator, mentor, and teacher.
You're doing something useful, positive, and
Yes, very productive.
civically minded.
Civically minded.
She made a big difference in my life. You know, she set me down, and I learned a lot when I was going through different placements and things like that. And she never like just threw me away. Like she never like locked me up. Like she set me down like so I could learn and so I could learn to the grasp on different things out here in society instead of locking us up and throwing us away and forgetting about me and things like that. But that never occurred.
And how are you doing now?
I'm doing good. I'm doing okay right now. Trying to go back to I'm trying to go back to school for paralegal right now, but it's
Good
rough.
for you.
And like I said before, it's truly a blessing and an honor to be with her today. And I'm just grateful to help her out